How to debug common Flask errors in Python applications. Have you ever faced frustrating errors while working on your Flask applications? Debugging can be a challenging part of programming, but understanding how to tackle common Flask errors can make your life much easier. Let's break down some effective strategies to debug those pesky issues. First, enabling debug mode is a great starting point. You can do this by setting your Flask application's debug mode to true. This can be done by using app run debug is equal to true, or by setting debug is equal to true in your configuration file. When debug mode is on, Flask provides detailed error tracebacks right in your browser. This helps you see exactly where the error occurred, making it easier to fix. Next, let's talk about common error types you might encounter. A type error occurs when you try to perform an operation on incompatible data types, like adding a string to an integer. Always check your variable types to ensure your operations are valid. A name error happens when you reference a variable or function before it is defined. Make sure all your variables and functions are declared correctly. An attribute error is raised when you try to access an attribute or method that does not exist on an object. Double-check your attribute names and object definitions. Lastly, a syntax error is caused by incorrect Python syntax, such as missing colons or parentheses. A careful review of your code can help catch these mistakes. Another important step is to verify your root definitions and URL. Ensure that your Flask root decorators match the URL you are trying to access. Typos or missing roots can lead to 404 errors. After making any changes, restart your Flask server to ensure those changes take effect. Using print statements can also be helpful. By inserting print statements inside your root handler functions, you can trace whether the code is executing as expected. Additionally, Flask provides app.logger, which uses Python's logging module to record messages at different levels like information, warning, and error. This logging feature is especially useful for tracking issues in production where debug mode is turned off. Handling exceptions gracefully is another key practice. You can register custom error handlers in Flask to manage specific HTTP errors or exceptions. This allows you to provide user-friendly error pages instead of generic messages, which helps in isolating where errors occur. For more advanced debugging, consider integrating external integrated development environment debuggers. These tools allow you to step through your code, inspect variables, and set breakpoints. When using external debuggers, keep Flask's debug mode on but disable the built-in debugger and reloader to avoid conflicts. Finally, remember to restart your Flask server after making changes. Flask does not always auto-reload code changes unless debug mode with the reloader is enabled. Manually restarting the server ensures your latest code is running. By following these steps, you can effectively debug common Flask errors in your Python applications. Start with enabling debug mode, check for common errors, verify roots, use print statements and logging, handle exceptions, and consider external debugging tools. With these strategies, you will be well on your way to resolving issues and improving your Flask applications.